Hello, welcome back to the Heroes Hammer. I am Izzy Noodles and we get to complete this awesome adventure today. So firstly, as we enter on into this first room, we can see a closed gate. So that is our first objective. We need to get this open. You can shoot these pots just over here for the wheezies. And next, we'll have to come through this way. There's nothing else we can be doing for now. So this is the only thing, or only way we can go. So we have kind of a chain and gate puzzle here. So we need to get a torch. So there's 3 gates. There's just one on this side and then 2 just on this other side. And I confess I do kind of forget which chain does what, but of course I know the sequence and know how to do it. So first you want to pull this chain. This I think interacts with just these first 2 gates closest to me. So come through to here. That final gate should still be closed if I am correct. Doesn't matter though, you're going to pull this chain regardless. So what that should have done is actually close this gate. Whoop. Okay, so 2 gates ahead of me, and this final chain we're going to pull interacts with all 3 gates. So now we can go on in and grab a torch. And we've actually already passed where we're going to light this. Not too obvious if you were thinking about the chains. Okay, so you just gotta plonk this down and pull this chain again because we did close this gate. Okay, here we go. So now just run back to that first closed gate with the torch. So not obvious what to do, but there's not very much to interact with. What you are doing is lighting up these bowls, so do be careful. You can be set on fire if you are too close. So just try and be careful. I tend to just hold the back button to hop back really quick, but I feel like that's gonna be irrelevant anyway. I think getting set on fire is pretty instant. Okay, so we don't need the torch anymore, but I'm going to take it with me anyway, just because this area is pretty dark. A flare actually works way better in my opinion. Maybe, not sure. You can light a flare, you have loads, or take your torch, as I've said. So once you get to this skeleton at the end, you'll need to just throw the torch down. I hope I don't pick it up again, because I want to, there we go, I want to grab the Uzi Clips just there first, and then pick up the torch. So continue along, we'll turn another corner right here, and behind the corner is a surprise lion. This is one reason that the flare might be better. And there we go, just head towards the lights. So a couple of bats in this room. That one was a stubborn one. Okay, and there is just an item we can grab. You only want to move this crate if you want all items. So it is not necessary to climb up here. And just hop around and we'll be able to grab these shotgun shells. So straight on down, we are next going to open up a door that's just in the water, just over here. Didn't mean to grab that, I wanted to jump on top. Okay, so there's the door, and the lever to open that is straight up on this higher level. So come on through, we have some more shotgun shells. And there we go. We do get some sinister music, but don't worry. There is nothing scary going on. Okay, climb out just here. Let me just double check there's no ammo, because I do tend to forget one that's near water. It's not this water, different water. Okay. Okay, so once we've slid on down here, we are in this courtyard section. So there are some items to grab, but the moment I step into the area, we will spawn 3 skeletons. So I'm just gonna instantly deal with them. So I'm just heading up to the level above. So if you're struggling for ammo, there are shotgun shells around. I will be showing you where they are once I've dealt with the skeletons. Just on my left as I exit here, there's some right there if you're quick enough. And these are the peskiest skeletons I have ever known. Well, that was pretty good actually. Oh. Okay, not too bad. I often am down to probably like 4 shots. I waste so many shots with them. Okay, so let's go back down and grab all the items. So this is where we entered and slid on down. Gets an interesting camera angle just there. So that's kind of highlighting something that we're going to be doing. So these closest spots on the left side, they have some shotgun shells. You can see some more right in this corner as well. And over by the statues. There we go. Shoot these parts for a shotgun. So what is the dealio? What are we doing? Well, basically we need 2 Sigma pieces, symbols, and no Omega, 2 Omega pieces. And once we use them in the receptacles, which was already just highlighted to us in a camera angle, this door will open. So that's the goal of the level. So we need to just find the 2 symbols, which is actually kind of difficult. But right up there, that's where I shot the skeletons, and that's where the receptacles are. So let me go back up and grab the other shotgun shells that are up the top. You want to go up the top anyway. Just going to point out there is a door there that we're going to work on getting open as well very soon. So don't forget these shotgun shells. And now I'm gonna come into this area. So in the distance, you can see a lever, but also that's a spike trap. What's occurring over here? So the spike trap is now active. We cannot pull the lever. We need to work on turning this off. What also triggered, very hard to hear, is this gate. This gate was closed, but once we triggered the spikes, this also opened. There are also some very dark corners, so I'm not allowed to flare just to go around dark corners. So we are trying to get to that room where the lions are. So we need to do some, not tricky jumps, but you know, they can get the better of you. These jumps just here. So as you can see, I just hopped in the water and then climb on out. So you want to time your way past the spikes, hit the slope, over to the other slope on the right hand side, and then jump off at the very end. So you can slide backwards as well and hang from the edge and hop backwards that way with a twist. So just in case, I'll just have a save right here. There was a bug that I had previously as well. I'll explain that once I get to that moment. So this is probably a good waypoint for a save regardless. So time your jump, and I tend to go more towards the edge of that tile space. As you can see, I jumped off too soon from there, so let me kind of demonstrate a bit better what I meant by the edge of the tile space, because I didn't. So yeah, basically I am on the right-hand side of this tile. There we go. So So, easy jump over to here. And then another easy jump into the room. Oh, hi there. Hello. So as you jump over here, I'm going to give it a second so I have some space. Don't want to climb up into the lion's butt. You want to jump into the room because they can absolutely push you off into the water. Okay, and while we're in here, or now that we've made it in here, we want to pull this chain. Now this is where I got a bug. For absolutely no reason whatsoever, my game froze as I was pulling the chain. And there we go. So that's shown that it stopped the spike trap. We can now go and pull that lever and we can exit this way. But it's kind of like nothing happened after my game froze and I couldn't come back and pull the lever. So be careful just there. So it had no effect. And I had to reload. You'll have to grab this edge. I believe that's just slightly too high to hop straight on into. Dark patch again, but we are very quickly out of it. No need to light a flare. And then we can pull the lever. And as we can see, that door has opened. So you can either drop down to the courtyard or just again, excuse me. Okay, so yes, of course a family member would ring. So, yes, I think I was saying you can drop down to the courtyard or just follow the path back down and enter on through to the newly opened door. Got some Uzi Clips here. These are not the ones I tend to forget about. And somewhere, there it is, there is this timed lever. You may want to save your game here just because the swim can be kind of long. If you miss the timer, then you potentially may make it back like barely in the nick of time to get some air. I'll not save because I'm a badass. So the corners to swim around can be snug. If it's easier for you, you might be better to take your finger off the swim button as you are turning. And here we go, we've made it. So that is the door right there that would close off if you don't do it in time. Again, dark corners, but we're all right, we can see. And be very careful because we have these spike traps. In here we do have what I call a tin man to deal with. I don't know like what these guys are actually called, I just call him a tin man. So don't forget, shoot them guys in the chest. And then we have, in this room, we have two doors. So they are marked with symbols. We have a delta symbol and a sigma symbol. So the levers to open them are up the top. So we can easily climb up to them. So it doesn't matter which room we do first. I will actually do the hardest room first because, my goodness, it kicks my butt every time and I just like to get it out of the way. Whoops. Okay, so it is pretty trial and error when we pull the levers. So the Sigma room requires the first lever marked with a 3 and the second lever marked with the number 10. So I don't fully understand the levers. Like, are they trial and error or was it a mistake? Because these symbols are letters of the alphabet, and then I was wondering, is it which letter of the alphabet it happens to be, but it doesn't really fall like that. I believe the Sigma is letter number 18, so that doesn't add up. But anyway, after grabbing the medpack, let's head on through. So, very dark section. You want to just grab the monkey bars and make your way across to the other side. Make sure you do not grab down the middle. Having some problems grabbing the monkey bars. There we go. So there is a dart trap that goes down the center of the monkey bars. You don't want to be in the path of that. So I will explain this next room before I go in, because I'm just gonna really rush through. So approach the door and it will open. We do have the floor is lava situation. And we'll have some skeletons spawn as well once we step inside. Great. We can't actually deal with the skeletons. There's no ledges to knock them off. So optional, just around the corner to the right, there are some shotgun shells. I will try and grab them. And then I'll make my way to the left side, grab the column, shimmy around, and then I need to make my way to the right-hand side of the room and climb the ladder that's over there to open a door in the distance. And as you can kind of not really see in the far distance, there's an open doorway. That's where the Omega piece is. We just gotta get there. It's fun, TM. Okay, so when I'm right here, these skeletons don't tend to notice me. They can, but not often. It's once I come around here. There they go. They see me now. So next is a tricky hop back, and then just try and turn to run, jump. Okay, I did it, and then there we go. Okay, just climb on up and then you can have a save if you wish. This is a good space to breathe, just catch your breath, have a moment of calm. Okay, and then pull this lever. That has opened a door in the area that I will head straight to now. So again, I'm gonna rush through. There's lots of traps. So just here is where the door opened. Jump at the end of the slope. You can see there's spike traps. Keep moving forward. Hold the forward button because there's a boulder that can hit your ankles and drag you down. Around this corner, stick to one side of the wall so that you can see whereabouts your hands are lined up to, because we've got some fire. Okay, I'm gonna save my game. Wait for the flame. So the moment this flame is off, get around the corner. Okay, and another awkward flame situation right here. If you hover above this flame for too long, Lara gets set on fire, so that's kind of unfair. And then just side jump out of the way. So we're not out of the woods yet. I will have another pit stop say. So now from the ceiling, you want to get out of the path of that, because we've got one of these ball and chains. Once it's activated, it is not instant death, but your health pretty much deteriorates if you touch it. You can crawl past them. grab in the air just in case, and you see the floor traps there? We got a lot of that coming up, and a lot of ceiling nonsense. So, I feel like I want to save it right here, but that's just silly. Okay, pretty much what I did. Jump over to this tile, time it. You will take just a little bit of damage from the first blade action as it comes up out of the ground, but then just avoid that really big chop. Another way to do this to minimize damage is if you are quick enough, and if you've practiced enough, and if you are just plain skillful enough, you can try and stand just on the edge of that tile and then jump right forward to the ladder, and then you'll avoid the other blade as well, the floor blade. So this section is a tough section, but we're pretty much out of the woods here now. That was the worst part of the game. Over. Don't like this room. Okay, so we have emerged at the furthest end of this room now. And then we can just jump straight over to here. The skeletons can potentially see you, by the way. So right now they're fine, but I do believe they can come into here if they notice you a bit close. So here is the Omega symbol. Before grabbing this, just gonna hover over that tile because it's booby-trapped. Okay, first symbol in the bag. And grab these Uzi Clips before we leave. So now we gotta get out of here, so not too tricky. So I'm gonna just make my way to the right hand side. Let's just save it in case of accidents. And then easy jumps out of here. So gonna jump over to the safe space in front of the gate, over to the middle, and then back to the right hand side of the room where I shimmied around the ledge. I do want the skeletons to not be like right there though. That's kind of annoying. Can you go away? Please, thank you. They're thinking I saw her go in there. I saw her. Maybe grabbing the air just for good measure. Ugh, go away. So again, sometimes but not always, they kind of lose track of Lara when she comes around this corner. Does he know? Nope, I think he's lost. Okay. So good spot for a breather, and then we can just leave. They actually will catch sight of you once you are on the safe spot, and they will come out of this room. Whoop. So carefully grab the monkey bars, not in the middle, but they can come out of that room and get you before you grab the monkey bars. Okay, time to swap the doors over. This room is much more calming. So next we have the delta symbol, which actually is the fourth letter of the alphabet, and that's where these levers do add up. So we want to unpull the middle lever, the number 10, and pull the third lever marked with the number 1. So that does add up. If that's how the levers are supposed to go, I'm not too sure. Whoops. Well, that's fine. I kind of thought I was somewhere else, not near the water, of course, but safe landing anyway. And this is the pickup I often forget about. We have some Uzi Clips just in the pots. And right up there, you can just about make out is the second Omega symbol. When I approach the ladder, we'll have some bats. Okay, and then make your way on up the ladder. I was going to swap my weapon, but I don't need to just yet. So we will have a couple of tin men in this area, along with a couple of skeletons. So the skeletons, you can take advantage of this gap. You can hop back to here and shoot them down. We've got some shotgun shells there as well. We have a kind of a mazy section. It's not too mazy, but it is kind of easy to get lost. Gonna wait just here for a tin man to come around this corner. Ooh. Oh my god, will you die, please? Thanks. Thank you. Okay, and some shotgun shells right here as well. So starting from the entrance, I'm gonna go anti-clockwise. I'm gonna go the same way around just to save confusion, and I'm gonna point out some landmarks to help you, you know, just memorize it for yourself if you like to play along and you're a little bit stuck. So that's a dead end. Whoops, didn't mean to jump forward. But here is what I call the zigzag. So we have a zigzag section. And there is a light patch. If I back away because I have a flare, you can see a light patch just in this corner. Oh, and another guy. Thought he spawned a little afterwards. Okay, so I don't actually know what the trigger tile is. I thought it was a bit further along. I guess he just got a little lost. So anyway, there's the zigzag bit. I'm going to bypass this left path. Keep going around, and just at this light area, this big light zone, is this closed gate. So we're working on opening this gate. We've got a lever to pull a lever situation. So going straight down here, there is only a lever down here. This is a dead end. Grab some Uzi Clips and then pull the lever. So return back. That did not open the gate that I just showed you. We're gonna now go this way. Bypassing that section, come around here, and this is what I opened. So we can pull this lever. And I do believe that did open that gate. So now continue along anti-clockwise, and we're back at the beginning. Ooh, too soon. Bye-bye. I'm gonna hang on because there we go, there is a second skeleton. And now there's not. So you can go back the way you came. I will keep things simple and come the same way around. So here's the zigzag. Bypassing the left, that's where I went to pull the second lever. And into this bright area. And here's the final lever of this maze section. There we go. It's shown us we've flooded the area so that we can reach that balcony. Oh, this bamboozles me every time. So here's the way we entered past the gate. So we're not going straight forward. That's where the lever is. The zigzags to my left. There we go, there's that gate, and then here we go. Okay, second piece in the bag. And to get out of here, we actually entered, you can't see from here, but we entered through the ceiling. We fell through, as you can see. So now we flooded the area. We have access to this higher section, and this is the exit. Okay, so we're not quite done in this room. There was a door I forgot to point out because I was explaining about a bug that I had had. So there's a gate, which is for a secret. So that gate is marked with an omega symbol. Possibly irrelevant, but I believe that is the 24th letter of the Greek alphabet. And to open that door, you need all 3 levers pulled. Okay, so that door is now open, and I am heading straight there to grab the final secret of the game. So just exit out, don't forget about the spikes around the corner. Swim back on this timed passage. So the swim back is actually much easier. You can see any turns you need to make in advance. Kind of clever, really. It's like it was done on purpose to make the timed run harder. But yeah, much easier swim back regardless of being timed. Okay, and don't forget where that... Well, I say don't forget where it was. I didn't even point it out. I meant to. I forgot. So we're heading up to the higher level. And then through to here. So the door is in the room where we killed the lions. Unfortunately, there's no shortcut back, so we will have to make these leaps again, just here. I don't remember my last save, so I feel like this is a good spot, just in case. Okay, so this door is open. This is the door I was talking about. If you happen to spot this door, 10 points to Gryffindor. Good for you. Yeah, I'm kicking myself. I forgot to mention it. But here we go. Here is the last secret. And only secret of this level. So we can actually look out here and see that there's the courtyard. And wouldn't it be great if there was actually a shortcut back? But unfortunately, there is not. So just return back the way you came. I also probably didn't mention just you might want to shimmy to the left of here because of the sloped ceiling. It's got a sloped angle. Thought I'd do a handstand pull-up, just 'cause we don't get enough of them. Okay, and now we can place the 2 Sigma symbols in their receptacles. Omega symbols. I believe that's the second time I have called them Sigma for some strange reason. Okay, so hop on down. And come on in. So, on the pedestal at the far end of the room, we have the Hammer of Heroes. Before picking that up, I will just scout the perimeter. We have quite a few pickups to grab. So I believe in total there's 4 Uzi Clips and 3 shotgun shells and a large medpack. Okay, a ton of stuff on the spot just here, so make sure you pick up everything. Okay, so before we pick this up, I recommend you save your game because we've got one hell of a boss battle. We have a armored knight on horse, you know, a tin man on a horse, and 2 other tin men and a wraith. How splendid. So basically, aim for the 2 separate tin men first. That's how I do it, just to keep side jumping to avoid the wraith. Try and avoid the horseman as well while you're doing that, because he's a nuisance. The wraith mostly does disappear. That's how it's been for me. It's like he gets bored of being ignored and goes home. If you are struggling, there is water over there, so maybe hang around there. The wraith might end up in the water, but as for how it's been for me, as I've said, the wraith just tends to disappear after a little while anyway. So this is what I've been saving my Uzis for. Oh, didn't mean to side jump into the corner. You see, the wraith seems to be gone already. One weird thing about the horseman, let me try and point out, if he goes into this corner, this dark corner, he tends to charge you from there. Keep that as a sign. He didn't go all the way into the corner, so that's kind of okay. But it's a sign. Try and keep on his left side as well. I think he's got himself stuck, which is okay. It's happened to me once. You can kind of... Oh, he's unstuck a little bit. You can kind of keep stepping up. Like, don't stay too close to him, because he'll just do damage to you. You see, he's going into the corner, which means... Yeah, just tend to run around a bit. Don't try and hit him, because he'll charge. Have I ever mentioned how much I despise horsemen? Yes. And if he, like, just freezes, put your weapons away and draw them again. can hear the Wraith actually. Haven't actually heard it before once it's disappeared. Oh, he's down. So once the 3 tin men are down, this room will open and we can exit. Oh, the water went a bit weird. So once you're in the water, there we go, that's where the Wraith reappears. So you kind of want to hop in and wait for that, and then exit this way. There we go, because it's actually an ice Wraith, it's frozen the water. So anyway, no purpose for that, just hop on out and come this way. And this is the end of our adventure. We found the Hammer of Heroes. And so thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed my first walkthrough after a break. And I will see you next time. Take it easy.